Hello, everyone, and welcome to Navigate Autism's Traveling Pod Tips. I'm Jane Lynn Britton of Navigate Autism, and today I want to talk about habits. Are there any habits that your children have that you would like to change? Maybe it's behavior, maybe they're on electronics too much, maybe they're not being independent enough, maybe they talk too loudly, maybe they dart across the street. Whatever it is there something that you want to change but have been struggling with? Well, I'm going to share a tip with you that could help. This has been so helpful for me and my family, and I'm actually going to tell you a secret. It doesn't just work on kids with autism, it works on everybody, any family member, even with colleagues. So that is one reason I love this, because it really can be applied to anything in your life. And the tip is want it, but don't need it. Don't put so much pressure on it or that person, like your child, because when we do that, it's like we're putting this resistance into it. We're pushing it away. We are making them know we want it so badly. We're needing it. And because of that, they resist. It's because if it's a habit and we want them to change it, well, they probably don't want to. So then how do we motivate them? How do we inspire them? Well, we start by just wanting it. And when we want it, what we want to do is figure out what that habit is, choose the one you want to go for, get clarity and focus around that one thing, and then show up in a way that's fun, but doesn't push them to make that change dramatically and right now. So I'm going to use an example, and is one thing I'm actually working on right now with William is being more independent. I know he can put on his clothes by himself, but will he? No, he sees me and he hands me his clothes. He might see someone else and do it automatically for them. So I'm working with him is when we're together, I want you to put on your clothes. When I go in with that, all right, William, come on, do it right now. Or that attitude like, I know you can do it, but you're not doing it. Or why aren't you doing it right? Or I'm in a rush. We have to leave to get you to school now, so I can either just get you to school on time or I can get to a meeting, whatever. Whenever there's that need for it, he feels it. Why? Because I'm showing up in a high pressure way. And that's not fun. That's not exciting. That doesn't inspire him at all to try to change. But if I show up with, hey, today you're going to put on your shirt all by yourself because I know you can do it and you're so good at it, and I'm here to help you if you need help. So there's that lightness, that fun. I have a smile on my face, and I break it down just to one thing. I really want him to dress himself completely, but I'm just going to start with one thing. I'm going to make it fun. And if he completely resists, because maybe today he woke up and he just can't do it. Maybe he has a headache. Maybe he doesn't feel well. Maybe he's just not into it. Maybe he's got thoughts in his mind, or whatever it is. So then if I'm not going in with the need for it, I'm flexible. And I can be like, all right, not today. No problem. Then what do? Well, the next day I go in, hey, William, guess what? Today you're going to put on your shirt all by yourself. Here, I'll help you pick it out. Here it is. Go for it. And we keep in that light-hearted manner. And if he touches it or attempts it, I celebrate. If he asks for help, I help him, because the fact is he's kind of engaging with me in that activity, which is the start of a change for that habit. And so we kind of gently go with the flow, and each day we do more. He could show up one day and just do it all by himself. And then I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. See, I know you could do it. Excellent. All right, what are we going to do next? Well, I could just say, hey, today you're going to put your underwear on by yourself. Or I may say, show me which one you would rather do by yourself now. The next one, is it an underwear? Is it socks? You show me. And the reason I would ask him that is because maybe he does have a preference. And I would love to know that. I would love to give him a voice. But also if he engages or is more excited about it, or has more of an interest in whatever we're doing, he shows up bigger and better and more independently. So I would give him a choice. But the key is always not needing it. Now, there are a couple of days, actually this past week, that I've needed it to be done very quickly. We overslept, or something happened, or a call came in, and we're running late. And I know from my own self, I'm like, I'm not in that place where I can just show up and want it. So I'm not going to press it. I'm just going to go help him get dressed. Or I look at the timetable and say, we're going to be late, and I'm going to let him do it himself. So I kind of make the decision in the moment. If I can't be in that wanting, relaxed, inspirational kind of mode, then I don't worry about it. I wait until that next time that I can be. And when I drop that need, this is really what I have found over and over with him and with everybody. When I drop that need for something, they feel more comfortable and they show up and they do it. I actually did this with my daughter, who does not have autism, and she was younger. I was kind of learning this at the time, and she would go to school. She was in elementary school and did not want to brush her hair. And I am like pushing, you have to brush your hair, really, because it was my own judgment and thinking, what are parents going to think about me, or what are the teachers going to think about me? And I was pushing her to do it, and she kept resisting. Well, I learned this technique, and I'm like, okay, let's just try it. And so I did the same with her. I said, you know what? You don't have to brush your hair today. That's okay. And she didn't. And so for the next really just 2 days, I'm like, oh, that's fine. You do, you look fine. You don't have to brush your hair. The third day, she was brushing her hair. Now, that was fairly quick, but I don't know what the influence was for her, but I was not putting out there this, you must do it now and this way kind of vibe. And so she relaxed, and she did it because she wanted to. So that's what we want. If we're changing a habit, really, we have to want to do it. When I want to lose weight, I won't do it unless I want to do it. When we want to change any habit, that's what happens, especially with our kids with autism, especially over something that they have control over. There's not a lot of things in life that they have control over, but sometimes it could be their behavior, or what they eat, or how they show up, and when they're able to, like how much of themselves they let themselves show up. So a great way to inspire them to do more and to shift out of something that they were doing that, for whatever reason, we think needs to change. The secret is to go in for it, want it, and don't need it. And when we can relax about it, that's when the change happens. So have fun with it, and I hope that you start to see some great progress in your kids, as well as play around with it. Like I said, it works for everybody in almost every situation. Thank you for listening. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon.